What's good, New York? Welcome back. Last stop on the L. Summer in New York City is in full effect. Trains derailing. Summertime, you're just hearing like shots go off, but there's no fireworks. We're in the studio for a new episode. It's your boy Danny Ocean, DNNYOCION. Find me on Twitter.
Vonda Sage feeling hotter than a bucket of grease in this bitch right now. You know it's hot when you got the creases sweating and you got the drip drop. Okay.
I was thinking raindrop.
I took it left off Mad Bougie.
Yo, it's your boy Mayhem Mike. Follow me on Twitter, Pure Mayhem. YFR Mayhem, actually. Let's get into it today. Oh, you know what? You're right. How am I disrespecting? We have a guest today, especially because he's always been part of the team. Why don't you introduce yourself, sir?
Yo, it's your boy Chris from the Bronx, Highbridge representing. Vonda the
Sage, get a shot.
I don't like the voice you just put on. Like, what was that? What was that?
Let that man be great. Nah. Let that man be great. Anyway, before we get into that, we got another guest, official sponsor of the group. Yeah. Yo, why don't you introduce yourself, sir?
You know, it's your boy Juice Cannon, man. Yeah, I'm here.
He was getting ready to lay some tracks. Not yet, sir. Not yet. We didn't clear him. Yeah. So it's our 15th episod, and we're gonna talk about Brooklyn. We're gonna talk about Harlem as well, but we're gonna talk about Brooklyn, the Brooklyn summer.
Boy, alone.
You're not a borough. You're not a borough.
Okay. Oh my God. Anyway, we're about to talk about New York City summer. So for you who have not lived in New York City, to describe a New York City summer, how would you describe New York City? When I think of New York City summers, I think first and foremost, Mr. Softy. When you hear that, song, you know. First of all, hold on, let me back up for a second. Mr. Softy, you need to slow your roll. Because you tried to come out a few times before you were scheduled to. It was some freakishly warm weather, like around March, and I heard the song, I wanted to walk outside. It was go back home.
Overcast outside and 50 degrees out. I'm like, what are you doing? No one's buying ice cream. There's still coats on right now. What are you doing?
You were inspired by Master P.
You're driving by some confused kids. You want some ice cream? Nah, it's March,
still cold. I can't carry all those other gloves on.
Yo, I remember Mr. Softy used to park outside my school, and we'd be in like the last period trying to take a test, and nobody could focus. And my teacher, my 4th grade teacher, used to go outside and be like, "If you don't move this truck from the south, if you don't move this truck out from me," and she used to spaz on him. But you're right, Mr. Softy be having us going crazy, man. How many times I said I wouldn't go outside, and Mr. Softy passed on my block? You know what? That chocolate sprinkles, you're not calling me right now.
Yo, Mr. Softy was messing up summer allowances. Because he's like, yo, I'm about to save. We about to go to Coney Island. I'm about to go on all the rides. You know what? It's not even that deep, honestly. Like, who don't go on rides? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a beach. You know what I'm saying?
I'm done. Nah, Mr. Softy was the shit. Still is the shit. Because even though who's paying $5 for a cone now?
Hold on. Can we ask the question though? How come when they sold those like branded character ice creams, it never looked like the character?
They look all lazy eyed. Yo, like they on something.
Yo, like that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle popsicle look like it been through some shit.
You don't need Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You don't need 15 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the character. You eat it for the bubblegum. Right. There's only one official New York icy. That's the firecracker, son. That's the only one we always.
The sparkler.
They call it sparkler?
Sparkler with the red, white, and blue.
The Coco Helados that be on the corner with the little Spanish ladies.
I'm talking about Mr. Softy, sir.
That's more. Okay, that's where the black comes in. We didn't have a Coco Helado lady.
Well, you know, we had the lady.
Antonio. He sold Italian ice.
There you go, Antonio. Shout out to Antonio. What was it? Cherry, lemon,
coconut.
They had rainbow.
What is that? Why is the rainbow? Listen. I'm starting a campaign. I need more descriptive flavors. Rainbow don't tell me what I'm eating, dog.
No,
like, that's not a flavor.
And you won't know what you eat either.
Spectrum.
It is. You won't know. It don't taste like.
I just want to say, for those that don't live in New York, New York is such a ice cream is such a pivotal thing during summertime. Mm-hmm. Like Haagen-Dazs opened up how many locations? They blew up.
Yes.
They blew up because
I will travel for some Haagen-Dazs.
Oh, we've all done that. We've all done that. Listen, I gotta go downtown Brooklyn.
You know what I used to do when I was younger? Who when they were younger and ever went to a movie theater, not because they wanted to see the movie, it was just hot outside.
Yeah, so you want to stay cool.
So you went and watched some trash movies. Like, there was a movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme featuring Dennis Rodman.
Take a nice cool nap.
Google that happened. That was a thing. That happened.
Tiger in the movie. You couldn't name that.
I watched that. I don't know what that movie was about.
My man Ocean is taking shots and staying cool. Taking shots and staying cool. Now in New York, you know it's always hot outside, but it's cold as hell in the train station. In the train stations or the train. Oh, wait.
There's some rules though for the train.
Ooh.
If you on rush hour in the hot summer and a car is empty, that's a warning sign. That's a warning sign. That car is not for you.
Especially if you live by the L. Especially if you live on the L. All you need to do is wait for one brave and stupid soul who doesn't know the code and watch how they react. Watch their face.
It's always tourists.
Doors close and they come right through the middle of the car, opening the door.
Yo,
they got the frown on their face real deep.
No lie, that was me today. I got on the train and I was like, "Ooh, the seats, mad seats," and it was hot. I said, "What the heck? What? They need to detach this car."
No. So we gotta explain it. We gotta explain it.
This shit right now.
We gotta explain it for New Yorkers. There's two incidents that an empty car happens that's not for you. Number one, there's no AC. The train stations are already hot as it is underground. You don't want
air.
It's not even just hot. It's blowing hot air. It's not working. The second one is what we all know and too familiar with. When someone comes in, they smell something.
Yeah.
I happen to see that person who with his feet up, missing half a sock, maybe half a shoe. Maybe all of his pants.
Someone drunk. Someone that's super drunk. Like I had a guy that was laid out in the corner seats. I had 3 of them.
It's always the corner seats.
Blowing down trees, redwoods. I was like, so you gonna take up all seats?
Yep.
All the seats. We got to 96 streets. The white guy was like, move. I was like, yeah.
And then,
I want a seat.
Shout out to you.
I wasn't gonna do it. He was too big. He would have ate me.
So generally, when you see those people, keep it going because when that smell hits you, you gonna keep going. You ain't gonna stay in that car. You're either gonna turn around, or you're gonna keep going to the next one.
You know what else is a part of summer? That's people going to the park and the playground having basketball games, and some of those games not ending well. Some of those games ending with some of those games ending with like, I'll be back. I won't be here. You'll be back. I'll go home.
So I grew up with my great grandmother, and she lived in Building 1 in the Polo Grounds. So we lived right across the street from Rucker. So I would watch from her window on the 11th floor all the games. And I remember one of the many times, this time it was Biggie that was in there, and they shot up the park. And when I tell you, I've never seen so many people go above and underneath a gate.
Yeah.
It was like you would have told them it was an outbreak or something. It was bad.
Was it like when Junior Mafia and Dipset clashed?
Oh.
Because I never seen a dude hop a gate with no hands and Timbs. That was so good Olympics. My second said, whoosh, clear. I'm like, whoa. Someone get him on the team. Yo. That was spectacular.
Oh, God.
But no, Rucker Park is a serious tradition because
yes, it is.
Some of the best ball players on the planet come to Rucker Park because you can be great in the NBA, but to be great in Rucker Park's a different story. My favorite thing about Rucker Park is that when people of European ancestry come to this park,
they are amazing.
From the
I love how we classify them. I'm really loving how we classifying them.
When they come to know if they're ball players and they got skill, the announcer will still flame them.
Yep.
There's a documentary from years ago, I forgot the name of the rookies, but there was this long-haired rookie. No one was taking him seriously. He looked like a Cali surfer, but he was out there giving them work. Whoa. Yo, the announcer was like, y'all getting crossed over by shampoo? Look at his hair luxuriating the wind that hit you with that way.
That's the culture, though. That's the culture. We have everything.
Everybody. Nobody is safe.
A staple in New York summer is barbecuing any and everywhere. You go to the park, there can be a big sign, no barbecuing. Guess who's at barbecue? Who's barbecuing right there with the pit and the table laid out? It was me. It was me and my family. But I'm saying everybody else was doing it too.
Shout out to my Jamaicans because the jerk grills gets bigger in the summertime. The Jamaican restaurants, during the year they cook all year, but when the summer comes out, that sidewalk, just one giant ass jerk grill. Food is banging.
Yo, on some realness, we need to see if jerk chicken itself is a stock because we need to invest every summer. Every summer. Every summer. Right in the 50s, we got a spot right there. We can make millions. I'm telling you.
And of course, there's a Labor Day parade. That's the end of summer. That's when, if you're going to do the whole Labor Day experience, you party all night, party all day, and then don't show up to work. And you lie about it.
You go to Wet Fete and
I don't feel good, boss.
You know what's crazy?
I can't make it in.
I've never been to Labor Day parade.
You never went what?
I've never been to Labor Day parade.
That makes sense. Because you live far. It's far.
Listen, I used to try to go with my girlfriend from the Bronx. We would have to go from Mashulu Parkway.
Chill out. I know where that
all
is.
the way.
Chill out.
That was and then, like every time we tried to go, it'd be raining. I'm like, I'm not getting cute. So go on the train for an hour, and then to get off and be in the rain and have old men whining on me. No.
As the only interactive West Indian here in all the culture, I will say this. We had people from Harlem, from Bronx, and we could always point them out. First of all, if you're from any other borough but Brooklyn, we know. We know you. First, second of all, you really rocking your American flag at a West Indian Day parade.
Shout out to them, yo. Really? I had the African American flag, the red, green, and black.
My favorite.
We might let you slide.
My favorite thing at the Parkway is like everyone's repping their culture, right? But you can always tell everyone whose family is straight up Black American.
Oh yeah,
because they don't really know what to do. Like
they just standing around.
My Nigerians, my Ghanaians, Panamanians, they out here like Black Americans like yeah, son, we here taking poses. I'm like, bro, this is like Calypso. What's happening right now?
They don't know how to dance.
What is a line?
First of all, wait a minute, don't play it.
No, but my favorite part.
No. That's actually happened.
I know, but that's because they had no Caribbean.
You ain't even touch about Juve. Juve's when everybody comes out. Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
I went to Juve in Miami.
Oh no.
By the way, the Eastern Parkway Parade, the Labor Day Carnival, which is the West Indian American Day Parade, which is basically a giant carnival, goes through one of the most conservative religious communities in all of New York City. And my favorite part is if you walk past the yeshivas, like the Jewish rabbinical schools, there's always, I'm betting you money, I don't care where you are, there's always young Orthodox Jewish men out there trying to pretend in front of their rabbis that they're offended, but they have the cameras out. Rabbi, this is terrible. Yo, y'all seeing this shit? Y'all seeing this? It's about to be lit.
Remember the year that one of the patrol cops got in trouble because he was whining up on the girl?
That's messed up.
I think that was messed up. He was having fun.
He was minding. First of all, he was minding his business.
She threw it on him. Yeah. She threw it on. So he was like, "You throw it, I'm gonna catch it."
Wait. Yeah, and he did catch it. He did catch it. Had me jealous. I wasn't even there. I need to step out this house.
But the cool thing about New York City, though, if you leave Manhattan, because there's these like other parts of New York City,
outer boroughs,
I've been talking
the outer limits.
About like New York City, they keep talking about Manhattan. I'm like, no. There's other places.
There's Manhattan, and then there's Williamsburg. That's all they know.
No, you're right. For some people, that's really the entirety of New York. Yep. But if you leave these places, there's a lot of cultural festivals representing everyone, and it's a great time to get dope food.
Where's the one that we go to? It's like the San Gennaro Fest, but it's in the Bronx, and it's way smaller, but they have just as good food.
It's on Arthur Avenue.
Yes. I'll be like,
everybody has a parade this summer.
When we going? I want some Japanese in my life.
What are we doing?
The South Asians have Diwali with the powder thing.
Yeah.
So, like, there's so much cool stuff you can take part in just by walking down the street.
That's also Juve. Paint, powder, mess.
Where do you think we got it from?
Water.
I'm just saying. One last thing about New York. Obviously, fireworks and Coney Island. Everybody's at least gone to Coney Island at least once during the summer. Maybe you got,
it's been
you know what I'm saying? As we get older, it's like, but when they're in the prime years, we going to Coney Island at least once. Are you getting on any rides? That depends on your allowance. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on your allowance and if you think you're going to make it. Because some of those rides are
the way the cyclone is
like, I don't know if we'll make it off this ride, though.
Beyonce tried it, so I guess everybody got to give it a go.
I'm done.
The belt ain't clicking, dog. Don't push the button. The belt ain't clicking.
I got an experience. I almost broke my arm in a cyclone.
Because you held it up, didn't you?
No, because I didn't hold it. Yeah, I didn't hold it.
Okay.
My pops was just looking at me like, yo, why'd you do that?
Why didn't you break it so we can have a come up? He was really looking at you for. Like, damn, son, you almost took care of the family for this whole generation.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Y'all are some scheming motherfuckers. Anyway, so what we got to talk about is what a Brooklyn and Harlem summer means to you, obviously, because it's obviously these summers impact us and they shape us.
And the Bronx.
I will say the Bronx as well. And the Bronx as well.
Him. I know. No,
definitely.
You said that with mad shade.
No, listen.
Anyway.
Hold on. Let's be honest. We want to know what an uptown summer is, a Bronx summer, a Queens summer, a Brooklyn summer, and no one cares about Staten Island. All right, let's move on.
I'm pretty sure I want to say
I don't care. I said it.
I just want to say, I was born in Staten Island. I lived in Staten Island for 6 years.
I apologize for that.
Thank you. It's all right. My family was there. I lived there for 6 years, Park Hill, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really cares about Staten Island to a point. That new Spider-Man movie, he saved the people. He fell in the water. His Aunt May said, he saved the ferry. That's right. Mm-hmm. His mom was like, "Go take a shower. You smell like garbage." Oh, did they really go on Staten Island like this? Yes, they did.
Oh,
but go ahead.
Kills you, right?
Yep. Damn.
Bang bang.
Good. So, what was the Brooklyn summer like for you, Ocean?
For me, that meant, of course, no school, which was a great joy to me. Like, I was always good in school, so it wasn't like, oh, I'm dreading classes.
You just don't want to do nothing for a while.
Oh, my God. Thank you. Like,
can I get a break?
Listen, when you're raised in a West Indian mom who wants you to get all you can get out of school, summer means programs are done. You can't sign me up for everything because you have to pay extra now, and you ain't going to do that.
So, free. That's true. My parents sent me to Kingsborough Community College, and she's like, what else can we get you in? How about home?
I went to Boys and Girls Club one summer. That was interesting.
Oh.
That was an education for me.
Anyway. I know what kind of education you talking about, you little nasty.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant at all.
Plead the fifth.
You know what kind of Harlem summer she had?
Safe but don't get gas.
First of all.
Oh, it also meant visiting family. You know, sometimes traveling out of state.
Yeah.
Going to New Jersey, wondering why I'm in New Jersey. Coming back immediately. It meant Six Flags.
Yeah.
Dorney Park.
I went there every summer.
If you really want to eat or ride, Hershey Park or Sesame Place. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Hershey. First of all, Hershey Park is a beautiful place to visit, but that bus ride, kiss my ass. Like you on the bus just mad. Like, yo, that chocolate better taste fire. Every bar, son.
Getting it from the source, yo. Straight from the tap. If it don't taste right, it's over for the whole thing.
If I see another blade of goddamn grass out this bus window.
You know what's crazy? I've ridden a bus with Ocean. We went to a park. He's just like this on the bus. Like, this is not an act. This is him 24/7.
You don't relax. You don't take a nap.
I can't sleep when I travel. I'm too paranoid. I can't.
If you're sleeping when you get hurt, you'll be better.
I grew up riding New York City transit, so I have to keep my eyes open.
That's true.
Like, I have that instinct. I'm not falling asleep there. Listen, if there's people, I'm falling asleep.
If the buses are rocking, my eyes are closed.
Let me ask you a question. Who's sitting in the back of the bus when they get on? I sit in the back of the bus. Anybody else sit in the back of the bus?
If I had a booth in, I would sit in the back of the bus because I can lay out and be like all cuddled up and booed up.
You sit in the back of the bus? No?
Hell no. We fought for the front, bro.
Here's why.
Nah, I'm not even on that.
I purposely sit in the front.
In a coach bus?
Yes, so every single bus.
Why?
Because we couldn't before. Listen, my father's from Alabama. I'm different.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So I was like, no.
No.
That's why we sit in the front or I stand. If I don't want to sit in the back, Devonna goes straight to the back. Every time.
Let me tell you why I sit in the back.
Here's why I don't sit in the back. It depends. If it's a long trip, the back's where the bathroom is.
And you don't want to smell
if
that.
somebody blows that up, that's you for that whole trip.
I've blown up people's spots for blowing it up. I'm like, you should take a shit before you go on the bus. I'm telling.
Listen, I've definitely stopped people from using the bathroom on a bus.
Right.
Listen, son.
We're about to change your name to Vanna No Chill Save.
About the bathroom.
Hashtag
on it.
Nasty. You're nasty.
Step off the bus. It was you.
I've definitely curved people from using the bathroom. Like, yo, bro, you like your stomach's hurting too much. Tell the driver to pull over. Tell him to pull over. You're not doing this to me the whole way.
Someone please call 911.
So like growing up, I was on a lot of bus rides by myself. They were like friends and family, whatever. So I didn't know anybody. I couldn't sit in the middle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I sat in the back. Luckily, nobody blew the bathroom up. I would say regular Metro. I sit on the back of the bus for one reason. Because there's always something going on in these buses that I take. And just in case things pop off, I know where that emergency exit panel is. Lift. I'm jumping out. I know how to get off the bus. There's 3 ways, damn it. All right? And I can access all of them. But that's just me.
That's how I sit in a restaurant. I never sit with my back to the door. I need to see who's coming in.
That's a man thing.
That's a man thing.
That's
lobster style.
So like you can sit right there. That's the door.
Every male I know does that. My dad does that. Like my mom knows never to sit by. She'd be like, "Okay, here's your seat." And for a while, I never knew why.
There's certain things that are instilled in us too. For instance, for instance, I'll give you a great example. Like when I used to date girls or whatnot, and they used to sleep over, whatever, right? So I always claim the side by the wall because for some reason it's cooler for me. Yeah. I enjoy it.
You ain't shit.
Exactly. You see that? But because the door is more towards the other side, them girls be like, nope, I'm sitting here. Why I gotta die first? If anything, I can.
Shit. You're single until you put a ring on it. There's no ties.
I can get out the house better than you.
I support my brother Mayhem. This is the world of equality.
You ain't shit either.
Switching places. We should rotate. At least.
Y'all fought for this. What you got to say now?
I say that to her all the time, and she gives me that exact look right there.
Hashtag think of something.
Sure, y'all fought for this.
It's just certain. Every time we hit a point, every time. So, but definitely, a key borough moment for me during the summer is two things actually. Is when I first learned how to swim. I taught myself how to swim. I was very.
You ain't that special.
Listen, for me it was. I don't know.
How did you teach yourself how to swim?
Simple. I just kept trying it out. I've seen people doggy paddle, but nope. I've never actually seen somebody. I've never seen somebody like actually doggy paddle in front of me.
No,
that's a photographic thing, and I'm a photographic memory kind of guy.
I've known him since he was 14. He's the type of person that will just jump in and figure that shit out.
He got good survival skills.
That's his personality.
I'm an adrenaline junkie.
Oh, you're slow.
Thank you very much.
Clearly, he's not dead yet.
She's just feeling away.
We made it. To be determined.
The previous combo, she's feeling away. Make you feel some type of way.
I really want that on the shirt though. Y'all fought for this.
Hashtag equality.
You should know. Wish having on the shirt with somebody not opening the door. Y'all fought for this.
Can we make up a new word? Meminist.
Damn.
Hold up, time out. That actually is a thing, and those dudes are scary.
Oh no, never mind.
Oh my god.
Meminist.
The second key moment is when I actually I think I was like 15, 16, and I was actually going out more. So like Ocean could tell you, we started meeting up, going like to movies and whatnot. And it's like you kind of realize your independence in that sense. You know what I'm saying? You go to movies. I mean, you may not necessarily have movie money, but you know you could go buy.
But honestly though,
catch that matinee on the weekend.
People talk about I think one of the great things for being a kid in New York City is that your independence is so much cheaper than if you're a kid in the suburbs.
You need a car.
Yeah, you need a car. You need like if you're in New York City, if you have a Metro card and a few dollars, you can go anywhere in the world.
Fun Pass days.
Yo! Okay, wait, we got to tell people.
No, we got to explain it.
So there's this beautiful hieroglyphic, this beautiful artifact that used to exist for us New York youth, and it was called the 7-day motherfucking unlimited fun pass. Ooh. And the MTA said they're going too many places. Revoke it. Hating ass motherfuckers.
We had the day fun pass, and then we had the 7-day. Yeah. The one was $4, and one at one point $4.
It was $4. Then it went up to $7. I was like, all right, $7.
I can live with
$7. Give me a slice and a soda later. I'll eat $7. That ain't nothing.
You're right. Because if you had 20, it could travel anywhere in the city.
And then on top of that, what messed it up for everybody was there's so many. People know tourists messed it up because they were losing mad money on tourists. Yeah. Tourists would buy. Say you got about a set of 5 people in a group. You all get 1 day fun pass. You're spending way more than you're swiping in way more than you're actually spending. They were like, this is some bullshit. Right. We're losing out on money.
Was that before they had the wait time of like 18 minutes? I think it was.
It was 18 minutes for
now it is.
Between swipes, right?
Yeah. So that's why it was. So it's still prevalent because of the contract I have with these employees that I know that know the MTA and whatnot. So yeah, like all day they come in, I see them. They ask, "Do you still have the fun day, like the fun pass?" Let me tell you something. When people know of a deal from a corporation, that shit never dies. They'll ask about it. People still ask, "Y'all give out free rides?" Because New York City Transit gave it once on New Year's Eve. We're like, "Yeah, aren't y'all giving free rides now?" No, maybe like 15 years ago, bro, but not now.
Yeah, what blog did you read that off of, bro? Like, that was like 10 years ago.
See, there you go. I actually found out from an actual MTA agent.
You're right. They never forget that.
They never forget that stuff.
You know why?
J. Cole rapped about it in the song. Yo, you're not from here.
I'm bitter. Every time I gotta get a damn weekly, I'm like, this is some bullshit.
Speaking of weekly, so I got a funny story to tell you guys. There was this tourist who bought, I think I told you this, who bought 2 7-day cards from a guy dressed in uniform with a bag full of Metro cards. And he came to me because he had a serious inquiry as to why it wasn't working. I took a look at these cards. They said 2 trip Metro cards on the back of it. So I was just like, what kind of uniform did this gentleman have on? He had an ID. What was the ID said? I don't know. Bruh, if you are listening to this and you come to New York, please do not buy from a man who has on a uniform with an ID that you can't identify with a Metro card full of bags. I'm sorry, my bag full of Metro cards on it. Bro, don't do that to yourself.
Bro, man from the 5th floor got you.
He got him. Yo, all the time. So when you bring up the whole tourist thing, yo, they catch him lovely.
They do.
All the time.
They do. I be feeling bad. Listen, I must read Friendly Black Girl when tourists are around because they ask me all the time, oh, excuse me, which way is this? And I tell them. And then where is this? I said, okay, you got one more question. And then I'm going to start charging you. I'm going to click this clock over here. And I'm going to start charging your ass. Because this information is free if you have a smartphone, which I know you have, because you have it in your hand.
Ooh, you know what I just thought about? The best day of my life. Like, the best day of my life is when I bought my first pair of Timbs by myself.
Oh, I remember that day too. Such Brooklyn dudes.
So it may not be for y'all,
suede.
but I had
those too. Those are nice.
So way back when we were younger, Timbs was on the rise. We had the broccoli and cheese,
beef and broccoli,
the beef and broccoli,
mac and cheese,
the mac and cheese. There you go. I forgot the name.
Beef and broccoli, mac and cheese. There was another one I feel like that had the inside color of it. There were the gray ones with the red on the inside too.
Did all the girls rock like powder blue Timbs? Did I make that up in my head?
I had those.
No, they did. No, they did.
It was around. Yeah.
Because you know what? I danced with this girl for 4 songs straight. And my first dance, she had on a Polo Hilfiger top, a blue jean skirt. She didn't have on any stockings, but she had on the powder blue Timbs. And I could not stop staring at them because those were awesome. She's pregnant now with like 3 kids, but
and what a decline, bro!
Shady boots. That was shady boots as hell. Damn.
I'm sorry, that was uncalled for.
I didn't choose.
I had hope for her.
Downhill from here.
Well, back to the story at hand.
Mayhem Mike, the meminist.
Hashtag.
Basically just scuffed their Timbs. It's the verbal equivalent of scuffing it. Says, fuck your Timbs.
But the Timbs were important to us, as well as Uptowns. Uptowns, not so much.
Uptowns is everything.
No, it was up for y'all, but it was Timbs for us.
Who would have had sweaty Timbs on all damn summer?
Timbs was a fashion statement. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Let me tell you how bad it was, all right? My boy can tell you.
Wait, but hold on, I got a question. Which Timbs, though?
It's
all
two-tone Timbs. No.
Okay,
the construction boot Timbs.
The constructions during the summer, because like anything else, you're just like, I don't even know what you're doing.
Well, they kind of made exception for the black ones too, the all black ones, but nobody was really rocking them like that.
Your feet feel like in a microwave. You got the all black ones on.
I have never met someone rocking all black Timbs that's not up to some fuckery. Like, just your all black Timbs just to cover your fuckery. Like, you think your tracks won't disappear with these shoes on? Because every time you rock them, like, which way you going? All right, that way, cool. I'm gonna head this way.
I gotta kind of agree. We gotta really debunk this.
We used to chill in black Timbs. I don't know what the hell y'all
was doing. Brooklyn niggas
first of all,
black Timbs.
First of all, I wasn't trying to get no crease in my Timbs. So,
you right.
No. Tell them the real. Everybody had 2 pairs. If you could afford it, you had 2 pairs. You had your mint condition. I'm going to style in them. Yeah. This is my party ones that don't look so bad that I can kind of get away with them.
Yeah.
Right.
2 pairs. Construction Timbs. Yeah. I know this. Timbs meant so much to us that what was it? My senior year? No, my junior year. I got hit by a car right in front of the school. I had on my gray Timbs. I was more upset that I had a big scuff mark on the side of my Timbs than anything else. I woke up in the hospital. My Timbs were I woke up in the hospital. My Timbs were in that plastic bag and there was a blue mark on it. I was like, I can't rock these anymore.
Damn, bro.
Because the jeans won't hide the scuff mark.
Yes, I know. Everyone is listening. Yes, some of those New York memes are real.
Yeah.
But also, fuck you. Because nobody knows what y'all do where y'all tiny ass
Have y'all seen the video?
Your irrelevant asses.
You come to New York anyway.
Have you seen the video where the dude, he was trying to get his girlfriend to grease up his second pair of Timbs? He was like, babe, Timbs are for cold weather. She was like, no, I'm not helping you. He's like, it's stupid cold outside. That means it's double cold. If you wear Timbs in cold weather, you got to put on 2 pair of Timbs. Butter up this other Tim. I'm going to put this one in and lace it up and then slip it in there. I It had me in tears, bro.
If he got it in,
Shit New York Negroes.
Also, construction Timbs were never tied. No. They were never tied. If
I remember there
tied,
was a phase when you didn't have laces in them at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
My one sadness though about the Timbs
you had to run at one point
is because New York fashion made it such a standard issue gear because New York rappers became so commonplace, and now like it's became high fashion. Like Timbs are in Vogue now. Like literally Vogue magazine. I'm not talking like the special edition ones. I'm talking about the regular constructs. Them prices went ass high, boy.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
Because back in the day, there were really regular shoes that you can get that everyone thought were nice. But now it's like
$90 bucks was like, damn, you balling. You paid $90 for a pair of Timbs. That's looking at the ass end of 7.
That's when you go to the Timberland store on 34th Street. Nobody go there to buy Timbs. Well, it's no longer there. ACG and then somebody else.
I used to go to Woodbury Commons.
That's another staple, New York. Talk that.
I used to go to Woodbury and go to the outlets and get geared the fuck up. Every year. That was awesome.
I've only been there once in my life, and I just don't know if I love clothes that much to be fighting this little old lady for this polo shirt. Because when you look at the polo shirt, and you see her looking at it, and we make eye contact, like, nah, you got it. I'm not about to scrap with you.
I don't care what your grandson want for Christmas, lady. You gonna come up off these. Yo.
Really, babe?
I'm not fighting this lady for this shirt. Like, you can have it. Like, damn, it ain't that deep.
I got chicks to get.
Summers in New York, you were concerned about 2 things. What you gonna do for the beginning and middle of the summer, and a financial aid check at the end, so you can go back to school looking like a boss. So you can come in with, you see my new stuff. Remember FUBU with FUBU drop? Oh, with FUBU drop and Iceberg. Oh,
yo, Mayhem, hold up, time out, Mayhem.
Wow.
You were there with me when I got my internship, and at the time it was the most money anyone ever gave me in my hand. I got like a stipend. And I was the last day of my internship, and I was just like, so I'm gonna get this like a check. No, I wasn't really being rude, like, because there's literally the part where it's like, I was like, oh, so is that gonna be a check? Like, homie said, nah, and just put $1,000 in my hand. I was just like,
ladies, I want your full attention. If y'all don't know anything about Ocean, he is Mr. Blowing Money Fast. Played video games with him. He blew it fast. I went out with him. He blew it fast. I saw him the next summer. He had a new cell phone and a diamond ear. I was like, where'd you get that?
This thing.
I got the hook up.
I went to the movies. I remember, like, we stand online, and he was like, yo, I got this. Order wherever.
Think I get a large popcorn with the extra butter, bro.
Nah, for me, like what me and my girlfriends used to do during the summertime, depending on like what day of the week it was, mostly on weekends, we would walk to the fish market and BMF on seafood, and we would get steamed seafoods, crabs, shrimp, whole crabs, and crab legs, and to this day, like those are the best memories. We get all the newspapers and either sit in our apartment with the AC on full blast, or if there was a good breeze in the park, make everyone in the park jealous. Where you get that from? No,
so
not over here. That's what we got it from. And you can't have none either.
So predating BMFing was like, okay, not only are we gonna order from the dollar menu, but we're gonna order like 1 or 2 meals with it. Go ahead, you can have that. After dating, Applebee's. I'm sorry, like Applebee's was the thing. Applebee's was the joint.
What age was your Applebee's BMFing?
But you gotta be like a teenager,
like
early 20s.
Okay.
Like 16, you know what I'm saying? Like we just got the money. We just started working.
No, yeah.
Going to Applebee's.
No, listen, I was there with you when that college refund check came. We went to the cafeteria tonight. Oh, I won't be joining y'all.
I got
Friday night half-price appetizers. I am
Fridays. So for me,
see y'all tomorrow.
Olive Garden.
Definitely Friday.
Them breadsticks.
On tour Italy real quick.
Or if you like trying to be Boston,
Devonna hates
Outback Steakhouse. What's up, girl?
Yo.
That bloomin' onion? You ain't ready for that shit.
It was, you know what? Hindsight, it was probably pretty hard to impress me as a date. Now that I'm thinking about it.
It wasn't for me because you know what? I had a Thai place. You know what I'm talking about? That
Oh,
Thai
here we
place.
go.
By Union Square?
Yeah. So what happens is there's a whole bunch of Thai places, right? So fellas, if you ever get a girl who
Is
does
this called
that,
Saigon?
no, but I know Saigon.
Saigon's my shit.
So fellas, if you ever get this girl that doesn't know any better, you take her to a Thai food place, right?
First of all,
She
why
gonna
are you
see all
dating a
that
girl who don't know no better?
It happens.
You didn't do an inquiry before?
I'm sorry. Do we not remember how she started one show? Girl, it must be that because it ain't your face. Because it ain't your face. You remember that? Meminist. So anyway.
Go with that one.
I'm
summer
my
17.
iPad right now. But I can't.
So what happens is you take her to this nice Thai food place and they got all this food out and she's like chowing down whatever and the bill comes. You know, girls do that thing. They either go to the bathroom or they just look at you. They go pretend like the bill's not there, whatever. Some girls, not all girls.
I was
not
like,
say
who
all
are you
girls.
dating? These kids.
Well,
Anyway,
depends.
so
Some of them just look
it's a
at you.
cultural. It's a kind of a cultural thing because a woman would have money to pay,
got this.
but they'll call it vex money. Vex money is when they get up and pay and leave. So anyway, or they might just leave. You know what I'm saying? So what ended up happening is she gonna look at the bill and if she's nice, she might be like, hey, listen, do you want me to go half if you show her the bill? You'd be like, nah, I got this. She probably thinking you spending $70-$80. That bill's no longer than $20-$30 for all that food. You just impressed her for half the price. Shout out to you, sir. You can take her around the corner, get some ice cream.
Well played, sir. Well played.
And what I realized, the comedian Jared Carmichael would say that when you're broke, you don't even notice things because when you get money, there's things that were always there that you only just noticed. Mm-hmm. And he said that happened to him. Like when he was broke, struggling comedian, he used to go to this McDonald's on some street in LA, and he went to it for years. And then when he finally got money, he's like, "There's an Italian restaurant next door." And it's just like I was so broke, Mike, just blood tunnel vision. That's A for you, dog. go.
Know yourself.
I'm like, yo, that is so fucking true. Just don't even notice certain places.
That's a hot mess.
Anyway, summer in New York City, it's a great time. I encourage anyone to try it out. Come see the city in the summertime. It's the best time.
Just don't get
Though,
too drunk.
if you're coming this year or next year, our trains are trash. Get the Uber money on deck.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be terrible.
Do not take the horse carriage taxis.
Oh my God.
They're going to charge you out the wazoo. You're going to get got.
Oh wait, don't even worry about the horse carriage taxis.
The
Don't worry
pedals.
about the pedal bikes.
The pedal bikes.
Wait a minute, they are lethal. Let me tell you,
They
I
get you
almost
by
got
a minute.
I almost tried to ran me over almost. I was like, I know you see me, I'm a whole person trying to get a fare. I said, what if I wanted to get in? Oh, you didn't know, motherfucker. You ran me over, almost ran me
Listen,
over.
I would never ever pedal. I would never fight with one of them pedal bike guys because their calves must be the size of cantaloupes. They
got hydraulics on the back of
I've seen
it.
them
It's
take
creepy.
entire families. I'm not trying to get kicked in the shin. You got it, dog.
My brother, one of
Trying to hate
my,
Like Kevin Hart shit. You want to fight? Slapping your knees, you know it's over.
my brother made us get on one of those. I was like, why are you acting like a tourist right now? He's like, come on, let's go.
That's one thing New Yorkers hate. Acting like a tourist.
Yeah.
Either walking like a tourist, you're moving like a tourist, you're asking for directions like a tourist. We don't like it. We hate that. But anyway, we need to talk about the black nerd. Update.
So much to update.
So much to
much.
update. So first of all, it's Game of Thrones night. Winter has come.
Okay, hold up. Before we talk about Game of Thrones, does everyone in this room watch Game of Thrones?
Yes.
No.
Oh my god!
All right, so everyone at the table watches. Okay.
Okay.
Which? Let's start breaking predictions. At the end of this season,
Arya's gonna stab everybody.
who do you think
has no king, bitch?
Talk that.
Do that again.
Who do you think is going to be in position to sit on the Iron Throne by this season's end? I would like it to be Daenerys, but it's going too well for her, and this show has taught me one thing.
She's got dragons, bro. Game over.
Nah. I'm gonna put a theory onto you, right? Ready? Remember, at a certain point in time, they showed the White Walkers with dead animals, specifically horses.
Yeah.
That means they can transmute animals. Who's to say they can't transmute dragons? And to be honest with you, I have a theory.
What the fuck would they breathe?
I don't know.
Ice?
I don't know. Well, the
crazy.
horse I think did fine. I gotta watch that scene again. And the second thing is, let's just say, right, because you know an alliance is coming. Because they gotta fight the White Walkers. They can't fight themselves and the White Walkers.
Yeah.
So while they have the dragons on their side, somebody's gonna be like, you know what? When the war is over, I would like her not to be around. They're gonna either betray her and or kill 1, 2, or 3 of the dragons. They're gonna try. They're gonna have to. Think about it.
No, they're not.
She has too much power with them.
She has too much power.
What the fuck? Why
She
can't
has 3 dragons.
But she's
and an army.
But she's diplomatic. But she's diplomatic about her shit.
No, she's not.
No, she's not.
No.
Wait a minute.
Tyrion is diplomatic.
No,
Daenerys is about that action.
Coming back to claim the
We
throne.
know Daenerys
And
is
guess
about
what? That's her fucking birthright.
Hold on. We need to talk one at a time. Because
We like this fucking show.
We're killing our listeners. Sorry, listeners.
Sorry.
we gotta bring it back. We gotta bring it back.
Alright, so my prediction is that Daenerys is gonna come back, and then she's gonna marry Jon Snow. Sansa's gonna fucking hold down Winterfell. Arya's gonna be a G wherever the fuck she goes.
Shout out to her.
Cersei's is gonna be underneath someone's foot, dead, and that's gonna be it. And everyone's gonna be happy.
That's too positive in the ending. This is
Game of Thrones.
Listen, the Starks deserve this shit. They have been through too much.
Listen. Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing?
You know, I tried to rewatch this shit, and I got mad 3 episodes into fucking season 1. I said, fuck this shit.
Let me say one thing. Like I said before, I am Team Stark all the way.
Who is it?
Okay? But you know what? You gotta let it go.
No,
all right?
no.
And you know what? Daenerys, you gotta understand who Daenerys is. She's been reborn in fire twice now?
Yeah.
She's been reborn as a person. Let me say as a person so many times throughout this show. So when you say she's diplomatic, she has diplomatic tendencies, but when she comes and she arrives, she's coming for hers, and then after she's conquered, maybe she'll hear people out.
First of all, you have to think
right,
which is at the end of the day, I always feel like she rules impulsively, but she keeps good people around her to keep her grounded. Jorah kept her grounded, and Tyrion's taking the place, and then this dude, Spider, Varys. So she has people that are very crafty and who are very diplomatic and know about all those things. This is her birthright. Right now.
I just have one. I have one thing to say, and it's 2 words. That's an X factor to all of this.
Here we go.
Littlefoot.
Little finger. No, because you gotta understand she has 3 dragons. Nobody.
Littlefinger wants the veil. He's chilling. He might snatch up.
No.
Oh, we forgot about the Red Witch. The gods. Oh my God. Yeah.
No, but Chris, you're right though. All right, so I said this a while back. I said everyone talks about this show. We all talk about Daenerys, Tyrion, the Starks, the Lannisters, whatever, right? But Littlefinger's the reason this entire thing is happening.
That's the fact.
In the first place, and he's still got pieces on the field to move.
He does.
So people need to stop having this conversation like this nigga ain't trying to sit on the he doesn't have the lineage to sit on the throne. But if he's learned one thing, I can get close enough.
But then that gives him the most ambition to it.
Yeah,
right.
Well, listen, he's gotten whatever he's wanted so far, which is crazy, and he's done it, and we've seen very little of it. He just pops up in places like, oh, Nick, the only reason
I don't take him as because he's still a threat. But why I don't necessarily think he could end up sitting on the throne is that
you have to kill too many people.
No, it's that as crafty as he is, he's dealing with people who are in a more position of power that know who he is.
Yes.
Varys and Tyrion know who he is.
So is Sansa. And Sansa don't trust him as far as she can throw him.
They're not as intelligent as him, but they know well enough to know that
keep his at the distance.
Like, whatever you do ain't for me, ain't for the aid of the kingdom, ain't for nothing but your goddamn self.
But then that might be how the Starks gain power. Because he has fealty to
The
them
Starks
on
don't
the
really
low.
want power. They might get it just off of GP because they've been fighting so many freaking wars in this whole series.
I want to say one thing. As much as people in this show say they want power, they've always gone after it in some sort of way. The Starks may mourn, finally, okay, everything, let's just say they come to power or they just come in neutral territory, whatever, but they're going to want the power again. They're going to want to reclaim the North.
Well, that's all they want at the end of the day. They want their birthright.
They don't want the Seven Kingdoms. They just want the North.
They want to be left the fuck alone.
But they don't. I know, but they don't have that now. They don't. Well,
and then
you know what?
The whole point of being the Wardens of the North is to protect from the White Walkers, which they're fucking doing, and they're about to kick ass. Homie is now being no, because what you call it is becoming a Meister now. He's becoming a Meister, and he's gonna learn how to make the obsidian so they can kill them. And then here goes Daenerys with the fucking dragons. It's gonna be a massacre.
You're really expecting a very happy ending, and there's nothing in this show that tells me that's coming.
Here's a fluke in that plan.
I'm not saying people aren't gonna die that I don't want to die. I'm just saying the way shit's gonna. This is a huge climactic.
That White Walker King
orgasm that's about to happen right now.
If he's impervious to fire, what the fuck is a dragon?
He's not a
Yes, he is. He is. Do you not remember the Hodor scene? Hodor. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why the whole point is getting that. You need the dragons to make the obsidian. A dog.
Yeah, you do. You need the dragon.
Boom, power surprise.
Okay, but
dragon fire, bro. I'm just
saying.
Don't come for me. Don't try
me. For you though.
There is.
Memon is coming soon.
Wait, time out. The only people that knew how to make that are dead. That's the whole point of the show. The reason everyone is
no. You know what?
No. The obsidian that kills the White Walkers. It's rare because the people that made that got destroyed. There is no record of how to make it.
But why is he going?
There's no record. They never told anybody.
No, you know what?
I don't believe it.
I got to be dragons either.
Word. And let me just. They were what? They were.
I want to stop us. One, because we're going to have people that's listening to this that don't pay attention to the show.
And we got to put that in the middle.
Right. And second of all, we got other topics. So, obviously, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, get on it. Get HBO now. Don't get
There's
HBO Go.
There's actually a really good recap on all 6 seasons.
Yes.
That I forgot who posted it, but I posted it. It was pretty good.
All I have to say before we move on from this topic is I still blame Ned Stark. He was a dumbass.
Drops Mike.
You've probably heard of Game of Thrones. It is such a great show. One word of advice: don't get attached. So much, not to a person, not even to a limb. Ask the Kingslayer. But speaking of HBO, we got to talk about Insecure. Are coming back for season 2. Issa Rae.
Something we all know now.
First of all, I have to say, as someone who watched her make Awkward Black Girl and then launch her all other YouTube stuff, the fact that we're talking about season 2 of an HBO show, let's give an applause to
that black woman right there.
Shout out to you.
So, for those who don't want to take my advice and order HBO free for however many days it works, that's cool. July 23rd, they're going to have it on her YouTube channel for 24 hours so you can recap. It's not that long, but it's still pretty good. It's still pretty awesome. Check it out. For those that do want to listen, get the HBO now. Get the free trial 30 days. I think it's like $14.95. It's probably one of the best things you'll do, honestly. Because we got Game of Thrones coming out. We got Insecure coming out. They got some great stuff.
And then you get all the HBO shows and the movies.
Wait,
it's
hilarious.
Hold on.
Julia Dreyfus is a damn.
We're gonna end it right there because they're not sponsoring this show.
Okay.
You're right.
Really fast.
Transport Black bitches out here.
Got that check. We talked about it beforehand and how important it was. It talked about some great topics on Insecure. Season 2. I mean, come on. We're looking for the continuation, but I'm looking forward to seeing the positive and pivotal moments that she's gonna have on our culture. Because one of the key things that stuck with me is she talked about therapy. You know what I'm saying? I want to see where she goes with that if she's going to continue that thought.
Yeah, because mental health in African American and anybody really in the African diaspora has been like so shunned. It's like, how dare you try to better yourself? Or you can't. Jesus can fix it. Like what? Jesus can't fix my schizophrenia. Hello.
Go to the church. Just go to the church.
Help, please.
Okay. Since we're on a topic of blackness, of course, the epicness of the Black Panther.
Oh my God.
February photos.
February 16, 2018. It's coming out.
Oh my God.
Did you hear who's going to be the villain? More than likely, cracking up.
What's his name? The guy from the Rocky movie.
Everyone thinks it's Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, yeah.
No,
it's not. He's not the main villain.
He's not the main villain?
It's going to be the guy that Andy Serkis is playing. Which is funny because he appears to be one of 2 Caucasians in the entire country. He just happens to be the villain.
Boom.
That's hilarious. Welcome to the other side of this.
Right.
So
not by accident, with purpose.
So this is going to be an awesome movie. So we got into a little bit more. I watched an interview by Ryan Coogler. He talked about, he's the director. He talked about why he did it, why he chose. He attributes his wife to actually getting the job because she made him do it and all this other stuff. Yeah, his wife. So shout out to her. Thank you, Mrs. Coogler. He talks about the reason why he did it is because growing up, he was a Marvel fan. And he was looking for black superheroes. And he went to the store one day. He's like, "You have any black superheroes?" And they led him right to Black Panther. And he was like, "You know what? That had an impact on me because what I want to do is I want to inspire the smaller generation, the younger kids, to be inspired by an actual superhero that's black." And I think that's awesome. And he's going to really paint it. And like they're talking about the script, and it sounds like it's really dope. The Dora Milaje are awesome.
Oh my God!
Check this out. In Wakanda, they are the most elite warriors. And the only way you can be that, well, all of them are female.
All black females that are born that will kick your ass.
That is awesome. Yeah. So the Generals is awesome. I talked about this before, but the Black Panther, he actually plays to the Panther goddess. So it's not only a goddess, it's a panther. It's a female. Yeah. So it's like they're changing a lot of gender roles with this. So I'm shouting out Marvel for that. I also want to shout out really quickly Spider-Man: Homecoming because they have two parts of the movie I want to bring out. In the beginning, one of the main characters, he's actually the
Spoiler alert!
Oh, spoiler! He looks at the picture. And he's like, his kid is his daughter, you find out, drew the picture of the Avengers. And he's like, this reminds me of when we used to play Cowboy and Indians. And the guy he's talking to, he's like, actually, they were called Cowboys and Native Americans. And they kind of throw that in. Yeah. And then later on, Mary Jane, who everybody had a problem with, Zendaya. She pretty much she corrected a teacher because she was like, I don't really want to glorify Washington Monument that was built by slaves. And the teacher goes, I don't think it was really built by slaves. He looks at the security guard. The security guard goes, it actually was. They bring up these conscious moments.
I love when people be like, any teacher, if you're an educator and a kid says that something was built by a slave, let's just look at the motherfucking year it was built.
The receipts.
Let's look at the motherfucking receipts. Let's just take a gander at that, because 10 times out of 10, that shit was probably built by slaves. What would Jesus do? That's just actually so funny.
My favorite part is when they find out it's built by slaves, that argument changes to, but they were treated very nicely. No, the masters were very nice to them. They didn't treat them like
slaves were slaves.
I'm like, a slave is a slave, man. Like, what is this argument we're having?
There's a difference between a slave and a servant.
And people get paid and got to leave.
Right. Got to clock the fuck out.
So, going back to the movie, not take away from that, was very important. This movie's going to look like it's going to be awesome. It's going to change gender roles, hopefully in movies as well. And kind of.
It's going to change fashion. The Migos about to rock the hell out of them.
I think we posted that, yes. Yes.
First of all, I saw
Get ready, academics.
The spread that Entertainment Weekly had released because they got to do an exclusive photo shoot with the cast of Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just so much fineness and beautifulness. I was like, I'm gonna cosplay the fuck out of this shit. Go to something and be like, I'm Black Panther's mother, bitch. Bow down.
Did you see what Twitter tried to do this week?
What? Try.
So
I don't know if I like the word try.
So Twitter created a movie with Lupita Nyong'o and Rihanna.
Yes.
And this
it's really happening though.
I know.
Yeah.
But this week they try to do it again
with Tracy Ellis Ross.
That's not happening.
I know, but it's out there.
Miss Frizzle?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's already a Magic School Bus.
But it's animated.
Yeah, but the reboot already has Kate McKeon from Saturday Night Live. I feel so sorry for her now, because when it comes out, they're going to be like, this ain't Tracy. But I had it. No, it was in production before.
They're skirting the hell out of her right now. But they should, if they do a live action, which would be, I think, crazy. Because think about the CGI and effects in that.
Hold up.
They went into the freaking body, twice. First of all, Magic School Bus, if you don't know about it, get you a Netflix account, pilferage off of somebody else, and watch that shit. That built every millennial's life. I like science because of that shit.
Now as an adult, thinking of Magic School Bus, as an adult, I have a few questions. Like, were they signing parental consent forms? Because y'all were putting in some dangerous scenarios. Yo.
Oh, you talking about that one?
Which school principal? Okay, if you're gonna go into the bloodstream, like, hold on, time out.
How old were these kids? They were like in kindergarten or first grade?
Of all, they were our heroes because 5 of them end up being the Planeteers for Captain Planet.
You're dumb.
Earth, wind, fire, heart.
I can't stand. I've seen that gif.
Second of all, we all know that one scene. What's that, Miss Frizzle? That's the booty hole.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, that's millennial.
Anyway, Magic School Bus literally shaped me, like it helped me understand science because I didn't give 0 fucks.
Though there's some shows that we should not reboot from our childhood.
Like
Ghost Rider.
Why are they trying to do that? That show confused me.
I'm like.
No, I think they are.
Okay, we shouldn't do that.
We shouldn't do it. No,
I'll
sign a petition twice. I'll sign it twice.
In the 1990s, your computer typing to you was dope. In 2017, the Russians got me.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Delete everything.
Throw the whole tower out the window. Just break it. Just toss that shit. Whole MacBook gone. But no, Ghost Rider definitely perplexed me. Like, I understood maybe about 10% of it, and then there was that weird green purple thing for a while, and I was like, I no longer know what's going on. If you miss an episode or 2 of that, there's no jumping back into that. I would love them to do a live action. They're doing the animated version of Carmen Sandiego, but if they did like a real
Carmen,
Spanish chick, oh my god, she looks just like her. Like, if they did a live action one, she could be.
Is it the lady from Jane the Virgin?
Yes, it's her. It's the actress from Jane the Virgin. So I can't wait for that shit to come out because dead ass. The reason why I love geography and I'm as good at geography now is because of Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. So I forgot to add this to Black.
I can never find Carmen. They never found that girl.
To add this to the Black Nerd update. They just released the cast list of Aladdin.
Yep.
Live action. Which, by the way, I'm going to say this right now. I think it's going to be terrible.
Why? Don't hate on Disney.
No. Let's hear him.
Certain movies are just not going to translate well into live action. And if you really think about the plot of Aladdin and a statutory rape relationship, Google the ages of Aladdin and Jasmine. Understand that throughout the movie.
Why you gotta just kill every girl's dream of trying to be Princess Jasmine?
First of all, I'm gonna be real with you. Screw Beauty and the Beast. They need to bring Lion King live action. I want to see that.
They are.
No, they're not. They are. It isn't. It is.
They are. Every Disney
animated
movie is going to be. But show's going to be Genie in Aladdin.
Will Smith.
I think it's going to be dope as well.
Okay. Why I can't talk.
You're not a fan?
I rock with that. I rock with Will Smith for damn anything.
Check it out. Robin Williams is like his own character.
So yeah, you know what? To further update people, Disney just had their big we're the shit and you guys suck expo this weekend.
True story.
So and I don't think people realize Disney owns Lucasfilms and Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
Literally, you guys suck. We're the shit. So they just released that Wreck-It Ralph is going to come out with a second one, and it's going to have all the Disney princesses and all the original voices for the Disney princesses. So one of the pictures that they had was all those chicks up there. I said, "Oh shit, I'm gonna have a freaking. I'm gonna do that when I see Wreck-It Ralph."
I'm pretty sure they need the money too. The actresses.
No, not all of them.
Not all of them, but
some of them are older. Like they have Pocahontas. They have Ariel. They have Sleeping Beauty. No, Sleeping Beauty. They didn't have Aurora. Didn't talk much.
Let me be real. Ask the question: Which princess is Beyonce? Because not all princesses are made the same.
I would say Belle. Because she's strong. But then I don't know.
No offense to Pocahontas, but no one's gonna really remember her like that.
Mulan, maybe. Mulan makes her own way. You know what I'm saying? Makes her own way.
My flame arm to the left of me is full extension.
Nah, man, you got.
Do you know how many Grammys that song won, bruh?
No. That's
why you suck. That's why. Listen.
Yo, Ocean, you are treading on thin ice when it comes to black women and princesses.
There's Snow White. There's the chick from Beauty and the Beast.
Belle.
There's Cinderella.
Yeah.
Ariel.
Okay,
Mulan.
Ariel.
Nah, Ariel was a punk. Ariel was a punk. Mulan.
Ariel's a punk. She said, "Fuck King Trey, and I'm gonna live up there and be what the people are."
I understand.
And comb my hair on a
when you compare them to other princesses, I'm sorry.
Time out.
Because what was the other one? What was the other one? What was the black one she went against?
Tiana, the Princess and the Frog.
She had a business plan.
Elsa is in it.
That's Beyonce.
Tiana had a business plan and seasoned food. She had a business plan. Yo, Tiana, the black princess, had seasoned food and a business plan. What? That's Beyonce.
Did you just say seasoned food and a business plan?
No, key. And what be Beyonce? Because she's from New Orleans.
She's from New Orleans too, and she's from New Orleans. That's my case.
Why is this?
I got hot sauce in my bag.
No, if you watch that movie, she was sprinkling that paprika all over the Lori salt, adobo, she had it. So she had it everywhere. I dare somebody to tell me she didn't season that food. She even correct. Who did she correct?
That's your man,
She was like, oh, this is not good. She had her own season. She was like, there it goes. She corrected some people. Get out of here with that.
Oh, my head.
I watched that movie.
That's your man, yo.
She had it.
Seasoned food and a business plan, bro.
Okay.
That's shirt number 2 right there. Seasoned
food and a business plan.
I'm sorry. Who else had seasoned food? Maybe Mulan?
None of them are cooked other than her. I can't think of anybody
No.
that cooked.
Apple. From Cinderella? No, Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty.
Booty.
Booty.
You know where your mind is at? You're nasty.
It's the transition coming. The transition coming.
Sleeping Beauty. Cinderella cooked because she was a slave. Damn there.
We didn't see what she cooked though. Like
she didn't need.
I just saw her stirring the pot.
First of all,
I saw her stirring the pot. I didn't see no food going.
Those bitches didn't eat much anyway. So I'm just saying they didn't.
You know what? Some of those movies in real life would have had very different endings. Because Cinderella didn't really need a Prince Charming. She just needed child services. Because
oh my god! Oh my god!
They never sent her to school.
That's why nobody knew of her. Wait, y'all fought for this. Meminist.
Vanna Sage's face right
I cannot.
Oh, for the live action version of Mulan, they're going to have to change the plot a little bit. They want to kill the romance between Mulan and the captain. Because if you think about, conservatives are not going to like the fact that the captain was attracted to a person he thought was a dude, but turned out to be a woman. So in Disney's attempt to skirt that completely, they're like, we're going to just write that out of the plot.
But that's
what happened. You know, Mulan was based off an opera, right?
Yeah.
It was based off a real story that had a very depressing ending.
Yes, but it's still it's based off of historical. Like, come on now,
but it's still
trying to do
Disney.
That.
Disney's trying to duck these.
Well, if that's the case,
duck these lawsuits, but catch these checks.
Right. So if that's the case, they need to redo freaking Pocahontas then too, because that shit ain't what the hell happened either.
Oh, we know that.
No, that's why they wrote it that way the first time. They're like, you ain't gonna catch us like this. We flipped the hell out of this story.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
Leave Miko and Pocahontas and Mother Willow alone.
So anyway.
Mother Willow, sorry.
So anyway.
Don't judge me.
It's gonna be a great year to be a nerd.
How do we transition to anything else? Like, we had a really great conversation, right?
Sleeping Booty, you can start with that. Sleeping
That was
Booty.
a very different Disney movie.
West Coast Productions. You didn't fight for this one.
That was Disney After Dark.
Oh my god, yo.
Must be a trident because it ain't your face.
Hello, Last Stop on the Air listeners. This is your boy Danny Ocean. That was part 1 of a 2-part episode. Stay tuned next week for part 2. Thanks for listening.
Yes, Naya. Cool na aya. Who am I? Just the girl, them sugar. All right. Here I know. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Hey! Sim Simma. Who got the keys to my bimmer? Who am I? The girls, them sugar. How can I make love to a fella in a rush? Pass me the keys to my trucks. Who am I? The girls, them lock. And I, we make love to precious. But You ever buck a girl with deep like a bucket? Draw for your nigga and your nigga can't stitch it. Draw for your oxen like a cow, you wanna chop it. Draw for your pickaxe like a gun, you wanna dig it. It's like a riverside up on the bank and you take it. It's like a bicycle, so you hold it and dash it. So you watch it, so you crash it. She a tell you, say you grab it. Girl, she a beg you wanna ball, take it, stop it.
And we got a special guest today. Who we joined by today? What's your name?
Hola, you have Issa No Ray. I do not have a Twitter, but I do have Instagram at Yeezy Smith.
Also, you are the sponsor of our show. Would you like to take a moment to plug that?
Of course. We have Dulce Amore Couture, an accessory line, which features all kind of jewelry, necklaces, bracelets, everything you want. So you can find us at Instagram and Twitter at Dulce Amore Couture.